Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Statistical. The second episode of the PSG-1 family reviews features the PSG-1 Mark II. The PSG-1 is one of the gun families in combat arms that features basically a Mark II variant for every single variant within the gun family itself. So, as you guys can probably infer, there is a mod Mark II variant for every single PSG variant, and the PSG-1 Mark II is the first of these Mark II variants. So, we'll get started on that. The PSG-1 Mark II, like I said, like it's probably obvious by now, is the Mark II variant of the PSG-1 sniper rifle, or that you can originally buy for a GP rental or GP purchase if you so choose to do so. And yeah, let's go into stats real quick. It's got a damage of 95, portability 45, rate of fire of 20, accuracy of 92, and a recoil of 55. Now, the only statistic here that changes at all is the portability, and it changes drastically from 32, I think it was, all the way up to 45. This is comparable to some other weapons in the game, like several sniper rifles and several assault rifles that, Nexon has decided, hey, you know what? We think that this particular gun has too low has not enough portability, so we'll jack up its portability by double digits or something insane like that. So basically, the PSG-1 goes from one of the slowest sniper rifles in the game all the way to one of the fastest sniper rifles in the game, or one of the faster ones anyway, from its transition from normal or regular to the Mark II variant. So the PSG-1 Mark II's main statistical advantage over the original PSG-1 is the fact that it's a lot lighter at having 45 portability instead of only 32, which obviously, if you have portability that slow, or a stat that low in terms of portability, obviously any amount of increase in portability will definitely help. You'll definitely notice it. And given the fact that it receives double-digit increase in portability, specifically 12, you do the math by yourself. I just said 12 when it's 13. Wow, I'm Asian. I fail at math. Huh? Anyways, so yeah, ignoring my little math level, which I shouldn't have done. Obviously, you guys can tell that the PSG-1 Mark II is a lot faster than the original PSG-1. The other major change, I don't want to say benefit because it's kind of up to you to kind of judge the PSG-1 Mark II on this one, but the PSG-1 Mark II does include a standard L96 style zoom scope. If you guys remember in the PSG-1 review, the PSG-1 had a half zoom scope where it zooms in only twice as much, whereas say other sniper rifles like the L96A1 or SR25, they basically zoom in at 4 times, or that's what I like to call it, a 4 times zoom scope, and it's the standard zoom scope for most sniper rifles in the game. However, the PSG-1 is different and unique in that it's basically the only sniper rifle that only has that half zoom scope. The PSG-1 Mark II, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your opinion and what you prefer when you're using the PSG-1, does remove that half zoom scope and instead it just replaces it with a normal L96 style, crosshair style, and the same zoom level scope as you would find on an L96A1 sniper rifle. So, if you have had qualms about the PSG-1's inability to really be able to snipe people at long ranges, then the fact that the Mark II has the regular scope style instead of only a half zoom scope may help you in that regard. So I mean, I guess that's, if you like it, or if you like the regular L96 style scope, then you'll definitely like the PSG-1 Mark II better than the original PSG-1. Then yeah. Other than that, though, the PSG-1 Mark II is basically the same as the PSG-1. All the other stats and whatnot are basically all the same. It does have the Mark II style camouflage or skin. If you guys have ever used any Mark II variants of any of those weapons that are available for Mark II upgrading, then you'll know what they look like. They've got the eagle emblem, and it's got a shiny blue camo on it and whatnot. You guys probably know what I mean. But because of how the reboot operation patch changed how you acquire Mark II weapons, it's honestly not really worth getting Mark II weapons anymore. Not just for the PSG-1, but also just for any gun in particular, because you can't, like I said, or if you guys didn't know, you can't upgrade rental guns to Mark II or free rotation guns, which means you actually have to pay NX in order to buy a gun in order to, increase it to NX, or upgrade it to Mark II. Like, in order to get this review and this gameplay for this review, I had to drop some NX in order to buy, a one-day PSG-1. 1 from the shop, and in order to upgrade to Mark II. Fortunately, though, if you do plan on upgrading a weapon, what you can do is you can simply rent a gun from the rental shop and select a job in the jobs tab under whatever that tab is, where that's located, and your kills with the rental gun will actually count towards your job. But once you're done with it, you actually have to physically buy an NX gun of the purchasable variant of that gun in order to actually upgrade it. So yeah, it kind of sucks. So I guess basically every single Mark II review that I do out there isn't really going to hold much relevance, because it's like, well, if you're gonna have to pay real money to get these Mark II variants, how much worth is it? Unless like the Mark II variant is like super hyper better than the if it's like truly worth the NX to go to get, then I mean, I guess. But other than that, Mark II variants are now kind of, I don't know, they don't really deserve to be used anymore, just because how you need to go about acquiring them now after the reboot operation patch. Anyways, that'll be it for the PSG-1 Mark II review. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Once again, to recap, there are two major changes with the PSG-1 Mark II. The excuse me, still a little bit sick. I was holding back my cough for like the past 3 minutes there. So, anyways, like I said, two major changes with PSG-1 Mark II. The fact that it now has a standard analytic style scope, and the fact that it has a much higher portability. So, thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you guys later.